Hey YouTube, welcome to another weekly rewind. And before we start this video, go check out don't go check out Mad Max before you watch the video. But if you get a chance, go check out Mad Max. We took the kids to see that the other day and it was amazing.
No, it's okay. If you want to go watch Mad Max, we'll wait.
You didn't watch Mad Max with us, did you? Brian's a movie snob, so he didn't go check out Mad Max. Now on to the news. As you guys may or may not know, Ireland's going to the polls today and they are voting for marriage equality.
Go Ireland!
And they say something like 78% of the people who live in Ireland are going to vote yes on the proposition that's been posted to the Irish people.
That's what, like 3 people and a sheep?
No. But that's pretty amazing when you think about...
Just kidding, Ireland. Don't get mad.
You're the one who wants to go to Ireland. He's been begging me to go to Ireland for years now. And we're actually thinking about going to Ireland next year. And if they get marriage equality, I think that's a pretty good push why we should go. But actually, Ireland is at the polls right now. So by the time this video posts, they may have marriage equality, which is pretty amazing. And what's so amazing about that is it'll be the first country in Europe to actually where the people vote and initiate the law. Where most of the other countries in Europe, they've been basically passed by the legislators. So that's pretty amazing. If you think about Ireland, over 10 years, not even 10 years ago, it was illegal to be gay in Ireland. So the Irish people have come an amazing distance on marriage equality. So I'm super proud, considering I'm half Irish. It makes me feel pretty good.
Which half?
My mom's half.
That didn't really answer the question.
I guess my top half. I don't know. What do you know what half?
The bottom half? The top half?
No. Bottom... Well, okay, you're throwing me off. You're so throwing me off. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so number 2 on our list is the Boy Scouts.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, let's try that again. Number 2 on our list is the Boy Scouts, who have been being drugged, kicking and screaming into the modern age.
Don't dog on them. They did something really good. So give them some props.
So the president of the Boy Scouts, Robert M. Gates, has said that it is time to end the ban on gay adult leaders in the Boy Scouts, which I think is the last vestiges of the ban on gay scouting that there is.
Well, if you guys followed the whole Scout controversy, back when Don't Ask, Don't Tell was gotten rid of, the Scouts were kind of pulled kicking and screaming in order to allow gay Scouts. Mm-hmm. For a long time, they banned gay Scouts from being a part of the Boy Scout organization. That was gotten rid of, but there was still a ban on adult leadership within the troops. And the president of the Boy Scouts is actually calling for that to end. So I'm pretty proud of him.
So in that,
big step.
He says, "We must deal with the world as it is, not as we might wish it to be. It's about damn time, Boy Scouts."
Yeah, but you got to give them props, because I know the Mormon Church is still giving them a hard time about it, and they're big supporters of the Boy Scouts. So
and a lot of conservative politicians are starting to moan about it as well.
Yeah, and so it takes a lot of courage for him to come forward and make that statement. So good job. Now on to the really annoying Duggars.
The really hard to talk about news.
Well, we've been getting a lot of people sending us messages asking us to talk about this week, and they've been hoping that we will bring this up. And as you guys know, there's a TLC show called
19 Kids and Counting,
which is way too many kids for any family. And you can see within the actions of what happened with their oldest son, he's being accused of molesting 4 girls. Was it 4 girls or more than 4?
I'm not sure what the quantity of girls was. I know that they said several girls, some of which were his sisters.
Okay, 4 of which were his sisters. So I think there was more than 4 girls. Yeah. But these molestations happened over 12 years ago. Mm-hmm. They will not be able to charge him for these crimes because I guess the statute of limitations has run out. It's like a 10-year statute of limitations, which I truly disagree with. I think if you molested somebody, you should be able to be held accountable for that for a very long time. And there should not be no running out of time. Because most kids, you figure if they're molested when they're kids and no one finds out about it until they're adults, they should be able to go back and hold people accountable for any type of abuse.
That seems logical.
Yeah, it seems fair to me.
But my understanding was that when the Duggar family actually found out that this was happening, because they saw him coming out of one of the girls' rooms and then they found out something bad had happened, that he took him down to the sheriff's department immediately.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And then the sheriff that was prosecuting the case actually ended up getting busted for child pornography. So when that law enforcement officer got busted, the case got forgotten.
Well, I mean,
so nothing happened.
It basically got covered up. And, I didn't know that the father had taken his son down to the police station. I thought he just covered it up. Because from what I understood was he sent his son off to a work camp in order to do some hard construction work in order to hopefully, make him a better person, which I don't really know how well that worked. If he was a good father, he would have gotten his son some counseling and some therapy because he was still a child. And when he was doing this, it was obviously he was not being well monitored. He was not being provided care for because they do have so many children that they're not able to take care of their kids correctly.
Well, if you have 19 kids, I would suspect you would need like a staff and a command center in order to be able to.
I mean, we currently have 4 kids right now, and it's a lot
kids.
of work, and it takes a lot of time and energy for each kid for them to succeed. So, I'm really kind of torn on the story because, what's his name again? The Duggar?
Josh Duggar.
Josh Duggar is a real a-hole. He works for an anti-gay marriage, anti-LGBT...
Family Research Council.
Yeah, and he basically has been running around talking about the evils of homosexuality, and so, karma's a bitch.
So has his family, though, too.
Yeah.
I mean, his mom and dad stomp against marriage equality any chance they get.
But just
they call gay people evil.
But whether his parents are or not, I mean, they're conservative. The fact that this guy has molested kids and he's running around talking about homosexuality is going to be gay people molest kids is complete karma. It's a complete kick in the ass. So in that sense, I'm glad that the story came out and he actually got what he deserved. That being said, he was 15 at the time, and I actually feel like his parents are the true a-holes in the story because they did not get their son the help that he needed and provide the care that he should have had.
So moving on, that brings us to Reverend Matthew McAuliffe.
Okay. The biggest a-hole of the year award will definitely go to this reverend. And why does he get the biggest a-hole of the year award?
Because he was using his pulpit to say terrible things about gay people and to demonize them from the pulpit, and then it turns out he's cruising for guys on Grindr.
You kind of brushed over that a little bit. He basically was saying we were going to burn in hell. He worked against marriage equality in his state. He was an anti-gay marriage, anti-gay rights activist from the pulpit, where he got up there every Sunday and talked about the evils of homosexuality. Mm-hmm. And guess what? During that same time period, his butt was on Grindr looking to hook up with other guys.
Literally, his butt.
So what I think he was saying, I'm a top.
And he likes to cuddle.
So, but that doesn't make him the biggest bigot of the year because that title of hypocrite is getting, we get that out a lot because there's a lot of conservative anti-gay people who seem to be hooking up.
You throw that out like party favors. You're a bigot. You're a bigot. You're a
It's
bigot.
hard. I mean, all these bigots are running around, saying one thing and doing another. But take a look at this real quick clip.
Yes, I mean, Carrie, this mother says her then 17-year-old son, Tyler, suffered from serious depression and was considering suicide because he was told by Pastor Matthew McAuliffe he was going to hell because he was gay.
If he was going to go to hell for being gay, then he might as well go to hell by committing suicide.
Okay, that's as a survivor of suicide, as somebody who tried to kill myself when I was a teenager, it's truly disgusting what he did to this young man. I mean, it's really there. Whatever sympathy you had for this a-hole who's married with his own kids, completely out the window. When you tell a young man to basically kill himself because being homosexual and suicide are the same sin.
From my own perspective, though, because somebody told me one time that usually the hotter a hell that a pastor preaches is what he feels underneath his own feet. So I can't imagine that this guy, in telling this kid to do those things, wasn't talking to himself a little bit.
Well, whatever I'm not making excuses for this a-hole. I hope he burns in hell. I hope that he finds that hell that he talks about because he truly deserves it. I'm just glad the young man didn't kill himself, and I have no sympathy for this guy. I hope his whole life unravels. Okay? I know you're more sympathetic than I am.
I don't feel
But he's the type of guy that if you saw in person, you just want to walk up and smack. I mean, he's just that miserable and disgusting.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't feel that. I'm just saying that...
And he's lucky it wasn't my kid he said that to because I would have smacked him.
Yeah.
Okay, now on to more positive news. Did you get lost?
There's positive news?
Yeah. Oh, we just spent 9 hours doing what?
Filming for a Korean documentary.
Yeah.
About?
North Korea or South Korea?
South Korea. And
Okay.
I probably should have specified
Because
that.
if it was a North Korean documentary on marriage equality, it would not be a very positive.
What, you don't want to play basketball with Kim Jong-un?
No, but I don't think he likes gay people too much. But I mean, I could be wrong. I don't really know what his feelings are on homosexuality. But South Korea is actually, they are inspired by what's happening here in America, and they are trying to get protections for LGBT families in South Korea. Currently, it's not illegal for people to be gay in South Korea, but it's very much frowned on. There's no protections, there's no marriage equality, there's no adoption rights, and basically the people told us if someone comes out at work, they usually get fired. So there's a TV crew that was at our house yesterday for 9 hours, filming us and talking to us, spending time with the kids, watching us make dinner. which we made nachos. I mean, I don't know how they're going to feel about that.
No,
But
it's such
Yeah.
bar food. But that's what we had.
yeah,
on
we made bar food for the South Koreans.
That's what we had on the menu before we knew dinner was going to
Yeah.
be filmed.
So it's pretty interesting. They flew all the way over here to talk to us, and it made us feel kind of special. So the TV show, it's an hour TV show, and it comes out in June. And when we get a link to the TV show, if you speak some Korean, go check it out and let us know what you think about it. And if you live in Korea and follow us, look for us on your TV channel somewhere, because that should be pretty interesting.
And now, just to leave you with
hot guy pick.
something better to think about on the way out.
Wow.
How do we even
Sexy.
want to begin this?
Who knew? Harry Potter.
Not Harry Potter. It's Neville from Harry Potter.
Neville Longbottom.
Well, I don't know if I want to make comments about his.
What's the last name? Longbottom, right?
Yeah, Neville
Oh, my
Longbottom is the
goodness.
character's name. So Neville Longbottom grew up and apparently got
Wow.
hot.
Hey, take a look at this pic. Wow. I mean, those hairy legs are killing me.
Then they got into a Twitter discussion, him and J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, but it was very
she,
lighthearted.
She closed it by saying, "Go
Yeah.
put some clothes on, Matthew." Yeah.
But it was, I mean, it was like joking. It wasn't like, some of the news articles I read was she was giving him a hard time for doing it, but it almost seemed like she was playing with him and they were joking back and forth. And, he still feels like a kid in her eyes, so he was blushing a lot. And it was a pretty funny Twitter exchange.
So what is it with kid stars, whether they're in music or in movies and TV, that they hit a certain age and then they just have to go like crazy, and it's alcohol and
How
drugs
is it
and
going crazy?
partying
I
and
think
naked-
here you have a kid who was chunky and out of shape probably most of his youth, and then he grew up to be this amazingly hot guy.
Don't get me wrong, I'm
You know?
not complaining at all.
Show
but-
it off. I say go for it. I say do Playgirl next. Let's do a full centerfold.
Okay, now you're done.
Okay, until next time, YouTube.
Okay,
Bye.
And I believe that our love will fight its way through the current as the waves